Mitotic stages are not observed in E. coli. When a freshwater protozoan is placed in marine water, the contractile vacuoles disappears. Codons are present in mRNA and anticodons are present in tRNA. So the buoyancy is the property of aquatic plants to float on the surface of the water. Every April 26th is celebrated as World Intellectual Property Rights Day. Hello dear students, myself B. Shobharani from the Department of Biology, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, welcome you for the Karnataka CET 2011 Biology Paper Analysis, that is KCET 2011 Biology Paper Analysis. You have to utilize the best of these classes to crack your competitive exams like CET. Moving on to question number 1. 4 children belonging to the same parents have the following blood groups: AB, 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 and O. Hence, the genotypes of the two parents are: Option A, both parents are homozygous for A group. Option B, one parent is homozygous for A and another parent is homozygous for B. One parent is heterozygous for A and another parent is heterozygous for B. And option D, both parents are homozygous for B group. As we know, 4 children, A, B, AB and O. What will be the genotypes of these 4 blood groups? The first child will have the genotype of IA-IO. Second group IB-IO. Third, as you know, it is AB, codominance, IA-IB. And fourth, that is OIO-IO. As we know that the children inherit one allele from each parent, the genotype are possible only when the genotype of parents is IA-IO, that is heterozygous A, and IB-IO, heterozygous for B. So both the parents are homozygous for A is wrong, one parent is homozygous, wrong, one parent is heterozygous for A, correct. Then the other parent is heterozygous for B, correct. So option C is correct. Both parents are homozygous, it is wrong. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. Moving on to question number 2. Mitotic stages are not observed in option A, Cosmarium, option B, E. coli, option C, Saccharomyces, option D, Chlorella. Cosmarium is an algae. E. coli is a prokaryotic, that is, it's a bacteria. And Saccharomyces cerevisiae, as we know, it is a sugar fungi. And Chlorella is a single cell algae. Mitotic stages are not observed in E. coli. As you know, it is a bacteria and it is a prokaryotic organism, and they don't have well-defined nucleus, and they generally perform what? A process of sexual reproduction called conjugation, which mainly involves what? The exchange of sex pillars. So they do not undergo cell division like mitosis and meiosis. So mitotic stages are not observed in E. coli. So option A is wrong. Option B is correct. Option C, Saccharomyces, is wrong. Option D, Chlorella, is wrong. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. Moving on to the question number 3. The types of ribosomes found in prokaryotic cell are option A, 100S, option B, 80S, option C, 60S, and option D, 70S. As we know that the ribosomes are the organelles made up of proteins and RNA molecules called subunits, and these are involved mainly in what? In protein synthesis. The prokaryotic ribosomes are 70S. unlike the eukaryotic ribosomes which are of 80S. So the prokaryotic ribosome is of 70S, whereas eukaryotic ribosome is of 80S. So the 70S ribosomes of the prokaryote are made up of what? 70S and 30S. So the answer is 70S. Option A, 100S is wrong. Option B, 80S is wrong. Option C, 60S is wrong. And D, 70S is correct. So option D is correct. Moving on to question number 4. The name of Srimati Timmakka is associated with the Option A, planting and conservation of avenue trees. Option B, agitations against hydroelectric project. Option C, Appico movement. And option D, conservation of fauna and flora of the Western Ghats. As we know, the avenue trees. Avenue trees are the trees that are planted on the sides of the lane, and Srimati Timmakka is a well-known environmentalist of Karnataka, that is the pride of Karnataka, who planted and took care of how many? 400 banyan trees along a stretch of between 4-kilometer stretch between Hulikar and Kudur. And she was awarded with the National Citizens Award of India for her contribution to the environment. So, planting and conservation of avenue trees is correct. Option B, agitation against hydroelectric project is wrong. Appico movement is wrong. And conservation of flora and fauna is wrong. So option A is correct. Moving on to question number 5. Dog distemper is a disease carried by A. Option A, bacterium. Option B, viroid. Option C, prion. And option D, virus. This dog distemper is also called as canine distemper. The very word itself will tell you, usually occurs in canines, and fatal disease particularly in canines called dogs. And it is a viral disease. It is not a bacterial disease, it is a viral disease caused by a virus called canine distemper virus, short form is CDV, and this virus is going to damage the gastrointestinal and the respiratory as well as the central nervous system of the dogs. And as such, there is no cure for this disease, but it can be prevented or protected by giving them proper vaccination. So it is a viral disease. Option A, bacterium is wrong. Option B, viroid is wrong. Option C, prion is wrong. Option D, virus is correct. Moving on to question number 6. When a freshwater protozoan is placed in marine water. Option A, the contractile vacuole disappears. Option B, the contractile vacuole increases in size. And option C, a number of contractile vacuoles appear. And option D, the contractile vacuole remains unchanged. So when a freshwater protozoan is placed in marine water, the contractile vacuoles disappears. And the formation of CV is to remove, as you know, the function. The function of contractile vacuole is to remove the excess of water outside by the process of osmoregulation. But in marine water, it is necessary to retain the water inside the body instead of expelling it. So it has to retain the contractile vacuole. If contractile vacuoles will not disappear, the cell will get dehydrated. So when a freshwater protozoan is placed in marine water, so what will disappear? The contractile vacuoles will disappear. So option A, the contractile vacuole disappears is correct. Option B, the contractile vacuole increases in size is wrong. And option C, the number of contractile vacuoles appear is wrong. And option D, the contractile vacuole remains unchanged is wrong. So option A is correct. Moving on to question number 7. The 2005 Nobel Prize for Physiology and Medicine was awarded to Barry Marshall and Robin Warren of Australia for their discovery of human papilloma virus causing cervical cancer. Option B, bacterium Helicobacter pylori causing peptic ulcer. Option C, prions, a new biological principle of infection. And option D, human immunodeficiency virus. In 2005, that is Barry Marshall and Robin Warren of Australia won the Nobel Prize for Physiology and Medicine. They were working in the field of physiology and medicine for the discovery of a bacteria called Helicobacter pylori. Pyloric, the very word itself will tell you. The answer is there in that bacteria's name itself. And it is a gram-negative bacteria that lives in the stomach of human, and usually it causes ulcers, and ulcers in the stomach called peptic ulcers. So option A. So for the discovery of what? Helicobacter pylori, which causes what? Peptic ulcers. So human papilloma virus causing cancer is wrong. Bacterium Helicobacter pylori causing peptic ulcer is correct. Option C, prions and new biological principle wrong. Human immunodeficiency virus is wrong. So option B is correct. Moving on to the question number 8. The following is the diagram of TS of anther. Identify the parts labeled A, B and C. We know that here, if you see that this is connective and this is B is endothecium, and here you can see the pollen grains. So this is pollen grain. So A is connective, B is endothecium and C is pollen grain. Moving on to option A connective, correct. B endothecium, correct. C pollen grain is correct. So this is the right option. Here we see A is endothecium, wrong. Here A is endothecium, wrong. Here A is pollen grain is wrong. So in the first option itself you'll get the answer, that is option A is correct. Moving on to question number 9. Pick the mammal with true placenta. Option A, kangaroo. Option B, echidna. Option C, platypus. And option D, mongoose. As we know, mammals are broadly classified into what? That is marsupials, true placentals, right? So here, kangaroo is a marsupial mammal, whereas echidna is an egg-laying mammal. Then platypus is an egg-laying mammal, whereas mongoose is a true placental mammal. As we know, mongoose has true placenta, which is the characteristic of the mammals. As you know, the placenta serves what? The exchange of nutrients as well as waste between the mother and the fetus. So option A, kangaroo is wrong. Option B, echidna is wrong. Option C, platypus is wrong. Option D, mongoose is correct. Moving on to question number 10. Which one of the following is correct? Option A, introns are present in mRNA and exons are present in tRNA. And option B, codons are present in mRNA and anticodons in tRNA. And every intron is a set of 3 terminator codons. And exons are present in eukaryotes while introns are present in prokaryotes. Introns are present in mRNA and exons are present in tRNA is wrong. As we know that codons are present in mRNA and anticodons are present in tRNA. So the message for to carry a particular amino acid is carried by mRNA and the anticodon is tRNA. So option B is correct. C, every intron is a set of terminator codons, wrong. Exons are present in eukaryotes while introns are present in prokaryotes is wrong. So option B is the correct statement. Moving on to question number 11. Casparian strips are present in the root, in the dash of root. As we know, option A, epiblema, option B, cortex, option C, pericycle, and option D, endodermis. Casparian strips are also called as Casparian bands, which are nothing but called suberized cells made up of a chemical substance called suberin, and they are present. They are not present. Actually, they are not present wherever we come across xylem having passage cells. So, this Casparian bands is found in the endodermis. And endodermis will have passage cells to allow the water to enter the xylem. So Casparian bands or Casparian strips is found on the endodermis, particularly in the region where you don't find the passage cells. So Casparian strips are present in the dash of the root, means endodermis of the root. Option A, epiblema is wrong. Option B, cortex is wrong. Option C, pericycle is wrong. Option D, endodermis is correct. Moving on to question number 12. How do you differentiate a frog from a toad? Option A, frog has no exoskeleton but toad has scales. Frog respires through lungs but toad respires through skin. Frog has tail but toad has no tail. Frog has no parotid glands but toad has a pair of parotid glands. We know that frog and toad both belong to the subclass Annula, and they are without scales. So they don't have scales. So option A is wrong. Frog skin is respiratory, cutaneous respiration, but toad skin is non-respiratory. Here it is given frog respires through lungs but toad respires through skin. Wrong. Frog has a tail, but no, this is also wrong. Option D is what? Frog has no parotid glands, but toads have two pairs of parotid glands. Frog has no parotid glands, but toad has a pair of. So this is the correct. How do you differentiate a frog from a toad? Frog has no parotid glands, but toad has a pair of parotid glands. So option D is correct. Moving on to question number 13. Column 1 contains larval stages and column 2 contains the group to which it belongs. Match them correctly and choose the right answer. So column 1, Planula, Tornaria, Trochophora, Bipinnaria, Gloichidium. Where do you come across these larval stages? All these are the names of the larval stages and the examples. Annelida, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Chordata, Echinodermata, Coelenterata. Planula you come across in Coelenterata, then Tornaria, Chordata, then Trochophore larva you come across in Annelida, then Bipinnaria you come across in Echinodermata, then Glochidium you come across in Mollusca. So AU, TTS, CP, DT and EQ is the correct answer. So let us check. AU. Here option A, AU, here it is correct. Here AQ wrong. Here AT is wrong. Here AS is wrong. It is wrong. Next is TS. BS. BS. Here it is correct. BS. CP correct. DT correct. EQ correct. So here BT is there. So it is all wrong. The first option only is wrong. So option A is correct. Option A is correct. Moving on to question number 14. Many organs, read the following statements A and B. Many organs of aquatic plants float in water. Option B, large air gaps are present in the column-chyma tissue of lotus leaf. Select the correct answer. Statement A is correct, B is wrong. Statement B is correct and A is wrong. Statement A and B both are correct. Statement A and B both are wrong. Here, many organs of aquatic plants float in water. Correct. For example, like the root or it might be the leaf. So aquatic plants, they exhibit a property called buoyancy. And what is that property? Buoyancy is the property of aquatic plants to float on the surface of the water because of the presence of a tissue called aerenchymatous tissue. Aerenchymatous tissue, which reduces the specific gravity of the cells and helps the aquatic plants to float on the surface of the water. So it is a modified parenchyma tissue. It is a modified parenchyma tissue. So option A is correct. Large air gaps, as you know, aerenchyma tissue is characterized by large air spaces. So large air spaces. So large air gaps are present in the column-chyma tissue of lotus is wrong. It is found in aerenchyma tissue. Not in collenchyma is a mechanical tissue which gives it's a living mechanical tissue which gives support. So statement A is correct and B is wrong is correct. So here statement B is correct and A is wrong. Then option C, statement A and B both are correct is wrong. Statement A and B both are wrong is. So option A is correct. Arrange the following in the ascending order of linear hierarchy. Option A, kingdom, order, species, genus, class, family, phylum. Option B, kingdom, family, genus, species, class, phylum, order. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So arrange the following in the ascending order. So when we come across, first will come what? Species, then genus, right? Then comes what? Family. Then next comes order. Next comes class. Next comes phylum. Next comes kingdom. So it has to come from the ascending, falling found in the ascending order. So it has to go like this. So first is species, genus, family, order, class, phylum and kingdom. So kingdom, order, species, genus, class, family, it's wrong. Kingdom, family, genus, species, this is also wrong. Kingdom, phylum, class, order is wrong. So species correct, genus correct, family next, order, class, phylum, kingdom. So option D is correct. Option D is correct. Moving on to question number 16. Animals which possess cleodoic eggs. Cleodoic eggs, as we know, the eggs which are covered over by a hard calcareous shell made up of calcium. So such eggs are called as cleodoic eggs. Like for example, the frog's egg and the fish egg is called non-cleodoic, which is gelatinous, which is not covered over by a hard calcareous shell made up of calcium. So animals which possess cleodoic eggs usually we come across in birds and reptiles. So external fertilization and internal development. Option B, internal fertilization and internal development. Option C, internal fertilization and external development. Option D, external fertilization and external development. So we know cleodoic egg is the term used to refer any closed egg of a land animal, particularly like we come across the apes and the reptiles. It is also called as amniotic egg also, and it involves what? Internal fertilization, because the eggs are laid on the land, but the development occurs after laying the eggs externally. So it is internal fertilization and external development. So option A, external fertilization, wrong. Here internal correct, here internal correct, here it is external wrong. So here internal development is wrong. It is external development is correct. Here external fertilization, external development, wrong. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. Moving on to question number 17. The diagram given below represents the histology of a striped mussel. You may know striped mussel has dark bands and light bands, and smooth mussel will not have the dark and the light bands. Hence the name striped mussel. Label the parts A, B, C, D, E and F. So we know that A, we can see that it is the light band. And here B is, we can see the cytoplasm is called as what? Sarcoplasm. Then C is what we call it as the myofibril. And D is, you can see the outermost layer, D is what? Sarcolemma. The membrane is called as what? Sarcolemma. And E, we can make out it is nothing but called nucleus. And F is nothing but the dark, here you can see the dark band. So F is the dark band. So A is light band, B is sarcoplasm, C is myofibril, D is sarcolemma, and E is nucleus, and F is dark band. We'll go to the first one, A light band. Here it is given sarcoplasm, A wrong. Here also A sarcoplasm. Here light band correct. Here A sarcolemma is wrong. Go to the next, B sarcoplasm. So these two are wrong already. So here we can see sarcoplasm. C myofibril, correct. Then D sarcolemma, correct. E nucleus, correct. F dark band, correct. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. As we know, each muscle fiber is long and cylindrical that contain many nuclei. Moving on to question number 18. Populations are said to be allopatric when? Option A, they are physically isolated by natural barriers. Option B, they are sharing the same area but cannot interbreed. Option C, they live together and breed freely to produce viable offsprings. Option D, they are isolated but often come together for breeding. Well, what is allopatric? When two populations of a species occupy different geographical areas, then the species is said to be allopatric. And as we know that allopatric speciation results when the population is separated by natural barriers like the mountains, water bodies, etc. So option A, they are physically isolated by natural barriers is correct. They are sharing the same area is wrong. They live together and breed freely to produce is wrong. They are isolated but often come together is wrong. So option A is correct. Moving on to question number 19. The World Intellectual Property Day is observed on option A, February 29th. Option B, June 30th, option C, April 26th, and option D, September 5th. Every April 26th is celebrated as World Intellectual Property Rights Day. I think we know that intellectual property rights play an encouraging role in innovation and creativity in creating what we call it as the green future. So it is celebrated on April 26th. So option B, February 29th is wrong. June 30th, I think all of us know February 29th is a leap year. So June 30th is wrong. Option C, that is April 26th is correct. September 5th, I think all of you know it is a very important day called Teachers' Day. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. Moving on to question number 20. Which one of the following is an example of Chlorophyllus thallophyte? Option A, Valeriala, which is nothing but a genus of mushroom. And mushroom are A, Chlorophyllus, and this Spirogera is a green algae. Then fern, C, Nephrolepis is a fern, and this is a gymnosperm. Chlorophyllus thallophyte. Spirogyra is a filamentous that belongs to Thallophyta. And as we know, it is green in color. It is called green algae. It has what? Chlorophyll. And this chlorophyll helps in what? It is photosynthetic. Obviously, it is autotrophic, having autotrophic mode of nutrition. So, which one? So, it is thallophyte and it is Chlorophyllus thallophyte. So, Spirogyra is the correct answer. So, option A, Valeriala is wrong. Option B is correct, Spirogyra. Option C, Nephrolepis is wrong. And option D, Neetum is wrong. So, option B is correct. Hope you have understood the 20 questions from this Karnataka CET 2011 biology paper analysis. So I'll be back with some more questions. Till then, stay tuned.